Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you can remember, last week I showed you the land right after I had tilled it, and this week the main focus was on subdividing the land into beds and pouring chicken manure, and that's what I want to show you today, the progress we have made so far from the time we spoke last week. So guys, I have subdivided the land into different beds, and these are the beds. This is what it looks like at this moment. These are the beds, what they look like. And I'll be planting each crop on its own separate bed. Though I haven't decided what goes where. Maybe I'll plant bell peppers there, spinach there, Sukuma wiki there, Managu there, or wherever. I haven't decided that yet. And there's also still remaining a small portion that I'll be also adding some more beds. So far this is what the land looks like. If you look closely at, for example, this specific bed, you notice that there is chicken manure that I had poured in this bed. You see, like, these are the remnants, the chicken feathers. So this basically chicken manure that I placed on this bed. And I know somebody might be asking why I decided to go with this approach when making the beds, why I decided to subdivide them this way. The reason is very simple and very clear. The reason why I chose to go with this is because the way they are, it makes management easier, because each crop is going to be on its own bed. So it means that managing this crop is going to be easier, and also managing the pests and diseases will be easier, because if, let's say for example, crops from this field are attacked by a pest, it won't be easy for the pest to migrate and go onto this bed before I get to manage them. Also, this land sits on a slope, so when it rains heavily, it's very easy now for the water to flow in between the beds. These parts, the water will just flow on these parts without affecting the crops that will be on the beds directly. Also, another reason, these spaces will act as paths. So when I'm harvesting or when I'm giving somebody a farm tour, they'll just be walking on the spaces without having to step on the seeds directly, because if they step on the seeds, that will mean I'll be losing on some of the crops. So that's the reason I decided to go with this approach. So far, this is the progress that I've made. And also, if you look at this small bed covered here, this is actually a nursery bed, and I've planted some Sukuma wiki over here. So once they germinate well, once they grow well, I'll be transplanting them into now these beds. Over here is another nursery bed. Here I have Managu seeds. So I planted Managu seeds over here, and I think they've started germinating. So in maybe a few weeks time, I'll also be transplanting this Managu into these beds, so that and in a few months time, I think I'll be eating this Managu from my farm. Also, there's something that I want to show you again. You see this bed over here, you can see there's something that I started growing over here. These are actually dania seedlings. I planted dania over here, and they have started also growing. And this is not the only dania that I have. Over here I have another dania. You can see them, they look very beautiful over here. These ones have grown very well, though they are not ready yet, but you can see the signs. So these ones, in about 2 weeks time, I think this dania will be ready for the market. So guys, that's the progress that I have made so far on this farm. And you remember last time I told you that something about the countryside is we take it one day at a time. And also, this thing called farming, it has taught me a lot of patience lately. Because sometimes, after you've planted the seeds, after you've put the seeds on the ground, there's nothing much you can do. You just have to wait. Like you remember that nursery bed that I just showed you, for the one for Sukuma wiki and the one for Managu. I planted those seeds, I think, on Monday, and so far they are just beginning to germinate. So at that point, there's nothing I can do. So most of the time, when now there isn't much to be done on the field, I usually go. I have discovered some places that I usually go and just chill, you know, just relax. And today I'm going to show you my hidden gems or my hidden spots, the places that I just go to chill when now there's nothing much to be done, because you know sometimes you just decide to go and relax, because in this thing you can never finish everything in a day. So sometimes you do what you'll be able to do on that day, then you relax. So that's it from me today, guys. Make sure you are subscribed, because next time I'm going to be showing you the actual transplanting process. So subscribe to this channel and hit the bell so that you don't miss any update. Also share this video with your family and friend and welcome them to the Future Farmer.